He's deep cover. Last I heard, he's tracking the syndicate.
Yeah, last I heard he was 3 over par.
Last I heard, it sounded like someone torturing kittens. Last I heard, my gym makes money.
I heard 5. You heard wrong. You heard it. Those were his last words. Last I'd heard, he'd been defeated again.
Last I heard, Joe coaches women's wrestling. Jonas is a wink?
Yeah, last I heard.
I heard that.
Last I heard, he lived around here somewhere. Last time that I heard, you had,
Last time I heard, we're back. The season is back. The NFL, college football is upon us. We're the greatest age of sports right now. We're ready to get things rolling. I'm Lee Dempsey alongside the rest of the Gridiron Gang, Josh Winch, Travis Renkens, as we're going to take you through our 2025 season preview here. And I'm super excited. I'm so ready for football to be back. Some of us, the college football minds of this team, have already gotten to indulge in football and spoiled by their riches, I'd say, by getting a W early. Josh Winch, I want to give you the floor about the U and just college football as a quick overall picture, if you want.
Appreciate it, Lee. It's not very often we get to talk about a top 10 win from Miami. It's been since 2017, so we'll take it, man. Probably the best overall team performance I've seen in well over a decade. Their defense looked vastly improved. Last year, if Cam didn't put up 40 plus, they were losing. This year, it looks like they are going to be playing a bully ball with Carson Beck making throws when he needs to. They have an absolute electric true freshman receiver who led the team in catches, Malachi Toney. Keep out for that name. He's going to be a dog.
Is he related to Kadarius?
He's not.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Just happened.
But his route running is insane. He's not the tallest guy, pretty fast, but his route running is just ridiculous. And then, Miami beat Notre Dame at what Notre Dame does. Better offensive line and a better defensive line. We've been working towards this for 4 years, and Sunday was the culmination, and just an impressive performance with the team. Good way to start the season, and probably the greatest catch I've probably ever seen in Miami Hurricanes history by C.J. Daniels. That ball was wet. That was a hell of a catch. One hand Odell snag over the middle. If he didn't catch it, it was an INT. Instead, it's a touchdown for Miami. So that was a huge play in that game. Loved the performance, and just they said it was the best crowd they've had in a very long time too. And they're almost already sold out again this weekend. They play Bethune-Cookman, so it's a cupcake, but it's cool to see him even sell out those games.
Nick Collins went to Cookman.
He did, yep. Other than that, Miami win. Some other highlights from the weekend. Lee Corso's last game, making the headgear pick. I thought ESPN and Fox both did a really good job teaming up to give the final spotlight to him at the 50-yard line. He started his career picking Ohio State with the headgear, ended picking Ohio State. If you didn't see his picks that he made, he went undefeated. So that's a pretty cool way for him to go out. Thought they did a good tribute, and you can tell his health is declining. So good opportunity for that to change. And that was a big one. And then that Texas Ohio State game was kind of painful to watch, to be honest. Watched the whole thing, but 14-7 type of game is just tough. Both are great programs. I think both are going to make the playoff this year. I really like Texas. Arch Manning did not play well. That was the biggest difference in the game. If he did anything, they would have probably won that game. They got stopped twice inside the 5-yard line on 4th and goal, and just relied too much on him on QB draws. So I'm sure they'll get more creative. They were very conservative in their play calling in game one, unfortunately, because I wanted them to come out of Ohio State with the win. But other than that, we had some other notables. Bill Belichick getting his ass kicked yesterday. I like to see that. Just embarrassed by TCU, so that was fun. And then the other one, I don't think I've ever cheered for Florida State, but I did on Saturday when they kicked Alabama's ass. That was pretty cool to see. So they look legit. Got to give them their credit. Miami's going to have a tough one against them. Thomas Castellanos is the quarterback now. They're Boston College transfer. he is talking mad shit about Bama off season, and he backed it up. They went in there. I mean, they kicked Bama's ass. It wasn't even a game. So I didn't see that coming. Kalen DeBoer has lost. I think this is so. In Nick Saban's 17 years at Alabama, he lost 4 times versus unranked teams. He's like 217-4. Kalen DeBoer has lost already in a year and 1 game as many non-unranked games as he did in 17 years. So his head's definitely on the chopping block.
One season. He's already.
Yeah, I mean the buyout's like 70 mil, so they're not. I mean,
Holy shit!
I saw the stats on Colin Cowherd, and he was talking about it, and he's like, yeah, there's no way that they're getting out from under this contract. They don't have the money to just fire the guy. He's gonna have to be.
And Bama really doesn't have deep pockets for like boosters. It's not like Texas. Like it could
car
happen.
dealership.
Yeah. So we'll see. But that was an interesting game over the weekend. That was definitely the one I was most surprised by. I expected Bama to come out and perform well and walk away pretty handily. They're 14.5-point favorites and lost by, I think 17 was the final spread.
Jeez.
So you usually don't see a 30-point swing like that, but that's week 1. It's fun. It was a hell of a start to the season. I love that they're scheduling some more meaningful games. I agree with Trav, though. I don't get the 11 o'clock start time for that Ohio State Texas game, but other than that, great weekend of football, and just feels nice to have it back. Feels like fall between the weather and the kickoff of college football. It's exciting.
I was even impressed with LSU on the road there, beating Clemson a nightcap. That was a good game. I gotta say, good nightcap game, but I would have still rather have seen Texas Ohio State, even though it was a big dud. I didn't get to watch it because I was golfing, but that's why I was actually so pissed that it was on at that time.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah. Well, and then everybody's just hyping up Arch for this. Oh, this guy's already going pro after the. He hasn't even played more than 2 games, and they were against nobodies. And they just think just because his name's Man, that he's just an NFL player already. No. And this isn't to say that he's not going to be either. But, of course, he's got a long way to go. He played the best team in the nation. He hasn't played. So don't say that he sucks either. But also, let's just temper expectations and realize that these guys need to grow and develop before they're actually a Manning. Like, he's a young Manning. Just relax. He's probably still going to be really good. So he's still in the Heisman race as well if you want to be. I just love all the way up here, and then he sucks, and then they're way down here, and it's just like, shut up.
Yeah, like I said, I think they didn't help that by they were so conservative for 3.5 quarters of that game. It was like, it was one of those things you knew what the play was going to be before they ran it, and it was just like, what? You're got to take the training wheels off, man. Throw the ball downfield, do some screens, do some like crosses. I mean, Ohio State sat in zone that entire game, rushed 3 or 4, and just said, beat us. That's all they did. So I was like, you got to change it up. But that's where I was actually most disappointed, because Sark is known as an offensive guru, just didn't show it that game.
The first play of the game I saw, and it was Arch Manning. There was a guy wide open. He threw it down at his feet.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was a bad throw.
But you all got to say Wisconsin 17-0 shutout against.
Yeah.
Wow. What a big win, huh?
Their defense, man, it's legit.
They're cursed, though. Did you see what happened in like the first drive of the game already? Their quarterback got hurt again for the third straight. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, their backup looked pretty good, but I heard not. Billy's week to week, so we'll see what that means.
This guy had the job last year after that he got hurt, and he sucked. No thanks. It's going to be another long year, and Pickle's probably going to be out after year 3.
Let's hope not. They need it.
Agreed.
But yeah, good opening weekend when Miami and Wisconsin win. And that's what we got.
And me and my buddy Brett, we do this pick 6 for college football each and every week. We We started it last year. My buddy Steve got us into it. And last year we finished like middle of the pack, 500-ish, a little over 500. But my buddy Steve won it. And then this year, me and my buddy Brett come out of blazing 6-0 to start the season. Oh, yes. Oh,
Nice.
yes. It's a good start.
It's a very good start.
We're in first place, so I'm just saying it now before it never happens.
That's awesome.
Is it spreads or wins?
Spreads.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so I see with that we get into some of the NFL news over in the off season. One that you guys Josh brought up earlier was I'm gonna screw up his name. Jukins. I want to say Quinn.
Judkins.
Judkins, yeah. Yeah, still has not signed his rookie deal. And sorry, and I'm still on the clock here. We're gonna go.
You got Lee doing a live draft here.
Yeah, I'm doing a draft right now.
Building. Wow.
Yeah, this isn't great timing. We're gonna go with...
Last two picks were Joe Burrow and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, and we're getting
going back
kind of.
I like JT to have a big year.
Yeah,
I do too. Especially Rich playing.
Go with Judy.
I think he'll be even better.
Yep.
Jerry Judy, last number 1 wide receiver probably on this list.
Judy out of Cleveland.
So yeah, speaking of Cleveland, so yeah, still hasn't signed his rookie deal, the 2nd round pick for Cleveland. Still dealing with those off the field issues, right? So once that gets cleared up, whatever that may be, the result of it is going to speak volumes to his future, at least in Cleveland. I haven't really heard much about it in the recent days, so I don't have, unless you guys have heard it.
He hasn't signed each day that I saw that.
That's it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think that one's a tough one to really, I don't know, weigh. But I think the biggest one of the entire offseason happened just a few days ago, and that's Green Bay trading for Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, giving up 2 firsts and Kenny Clark. So I think that was a massive deal to get done. Sign him up for what, 4 years and how many $100 million?
4 years, $188 million. 136 of that guaranteed, and $63 million will be paid out right away this year.
He getting paid. I still like that deal. I was in shock when it went down. I mean, everyone heard the speculation, but it's one of those things you're like, nah, he's too good. Like, he's not getting traded. Jerry will figure it out like he did with CD and Dak. But they were at wit's end, and Jerry, in his last couple of days, you could tell, was just like, nope, I'm not talking to him. So dug his heels in and said, see you later, boy.
Yep. Peace out, Girl Scout.
I don't understand what he's thinking here. Jerry Jones, you are 82 years old. Okay, sure, take the picks. Take them. You're going to use them, and then you're going to be dead. Not to say that I want, like, RIP if you do, but, like, I'm not meaning it in a bad way. It's just, dude, where's your sense of urgency? I just don't understand why you would trade this guy right now. I really don't. I'm thankful, very thankful. I'm sure somehow it will backfire on us. I'm sure he will get hurt and be David Bakhtiari 2.0 all over again, because that's how we run. That's literally how we do run. But I'm so happy that we made the deal and that we actually said we're going for it. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think this was right time, right place, and we got it done and Goody was like, yeah? Or was he pushed to make a deal happen because of the new president, Ed Policy, coming in and saying, I don't want to re-sign these guys yet, and I just want to let it play out? And do you think that had something to do with this move? Or do you think Goody made the move himself and he just got the okay from Ed Policy? I'm hoping for the latter, that it was just Goody making the move and Ed said yes. Because I don't want this president coming in, I'm going to make football decisions. Cause we've seen how that went before I was alive, and it wasn't good. And Bob Harlan came in, made standard of I'm going to hire football guys and I'm not going to be Jerry Jones and I'm going to let them do the work. What do you guys think?
I think it was just an opportunity that presented itself that couldn't say no to. So I'm definitely in the latter of like, I mean, if they open this trade up, this is the worst part to the rest of the league. In March or April, they could have gotten a ransom for Micah instead of, I think, peanuts. You know, you got a defensive tackle who's almost 30 years old, coming off of his worst season, and 2 late first-round picks for perennial All-Pro, freak athlete,
3-time All-Pro.
defensive.
Or 4.
I mean, he's.
Or 4.
Now, I know I sent this in the Snap group, but I mean, his combine and his measurables they're one of one.
Off the chart.
It's like Kelvin. It's just like you can't find these guys. So like what value like that the contract is a lot, yeah. But like what value do you put on someone who is a one of one?
Right.
Right? Like it's
the salary caps keep going up every year as well. So I mean, it's not like I get it, 47 million seems like a lot, but in 2 years,
the next year it's not. Yeah,
going to get 60 million or 55 million.
Right.
Yep. And so I mean, there's only a handful of these guys out there, right? It's TJ, it's Miles, it's him, it's Aiden. I mean, those are the guys that
even just like the one of ones at any position. Really, it's like the rumors of when. I mean, the rumors, but not really rumors of like, oh, will the Vikings trade Jefferson? I was like, what are you going to get for him? You're not going to get Justin Jefferson back. You know, you're not going to get him out of that. You're not going to get, oh, let's trade A.J. Brown and try to get
I was going to say Traylon
Burke. Traylon Burks, who's not on the team anymore. It's like, you cannot.
You can't trade to get another guy like that. Like
exactly. So it's like.
It never works.
With what you got, pay that shit. Pay the people you know are what they are. You know, like take that guarantee. That's what like Josh and I have talked about even in our fantasy drafts, our dynasty league.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the guy who I know what he can do before I'm like, yeah, I'll take a draft pick. 1, I don't know where that pick is going, and 2, I don't know if that person's gonna be anything. But I just got fucking I don't know. Mike Evans on it. I don't
CD
know.
Lamb,
I'm like, I got somebody who gets 1,000 yards every year, like, and scores touchdowns. Like, there's a guarantee there. So I'd rather know what their ceiling is, you know, for sure, rather than a mystery pick. And to your point, Travis, where it's like that dude's getting old. He could die tomorrow. Maybe wouldn't have seen Micah play for another second, you know, even if he did have him. But I don't get why he. Like, does he want to just keep doing this bullshit until his fucking name is called and he's done? You know, I just don't get it. Like, why not hand the team off to somebody at that old age? And you're still just like, I'll take picks. I'll take picks right now. And it's like,
well, it's like his team is, and his team is primed to win now. You know, like Daxon in the last part of his career. CD's entering the prime of his career, you know, at 26. So it's like, what do you do? Why don't you unload them then too? I mean, if you're gonna blow it up, blow it up. But like, it doesn't make sense to me. So, kudos again to the Packers, man. I'm happy for you, Trav, and I'm pumped that he's actually in Green Bay. It is cool. I like him a lot as a player. Stop the podcast, as you said, but other than that, he seems like a great player and a great guy.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with this. I was so happy, super elated. 2 first-round picks that are going to be late-round picks that we're not even good with, anyways. Now, I did listen to Dave Portnoy about Jerry Jones. He watched the thing on Netflix, the special there, and he was like, you know what? I do love Jerry, and I think he has every right to do whatever the fuck he wants because he owns the team, and that's his team. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. And if you don't like it, you don't have to. But it's his team, and he can do, at least he's trying. At least you know he wants to win. And I'm like, yeah, but he doesn't know how to win without someone else doing it too. He wants to prove that he can do it, and he can't. Yeah. Why can't you just take credit for hiring the people that put them in place to win those Super Bowls, like Jimmy Johnson? I just don't understand how you couldn't say, I hired that guy. He took our team to this, and it was because of me hiring him. Like, why do you have to be the one getting the groceries? Who gives a fuck who gets the credit? If you got the rings, you're the one that owns it, and you got the rings.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a guy that likes to delegate. I like to empower people and let them do whatever the fuck they want. If you have a vision and it works, I'm good. I don't need your credit. I don't need the credit. I want to give you credit. That's what a leader does. I don't know. I just think that part's where he's fucked up. But
Yeah, well, his story, if you watched it, it's kind of like a rags to riches story. So I think
correct.
he
You got lucky
got
with the way.
yep, and he's a little head case, right? Like a little bit full of himself. So I think that's part of the problem. And then his children are the same.
Are they really? I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, you can watch the documentary. It's actually
Yeah.
really good.
It is
Yeah,
really
I've heard
good.
good things about it. Yeah.
I even try with him and Jimmy.
Yeah,
But one other thing I'll say about this is the Packers made a trade they never do, and they gave up draft picks, and they also drafted a wide receiver in the same season.
Yeah.
What's happening? Is this real? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
it is bizarre.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm Ricky Bobby right now.
Man, gentlemen, I need a tight end right now.
Kyle Pitts.
Fuck
No.
off.
No.
Right on the top of the board right
This
now,
is his year.
we got Evan Ingram, Tyler Warren.
I would
Love
probably
him.
go with him because I think he's going to be. I picked him in my league just yesterday.
Ooh,
I
I
think
Kyle.
he's a catch machine for Sean Payton's offense.
all right. It's on you.
I'd go either him or Tyler Warren or Kraft. But
I think Kraft is gone already on here.
yeah, of course.
Everybody
those
here is
It's
a
Packer
fan.
fans.
Yeah, it's all Packer fans. Speaking of,
can't-
Love just got picked after me.
Beast.
All right. Let's get into some of our season previews here with our East Division winner and playoff picture here. I saw a lot of what Travis did. Travis sent us a picture ahead of the time of what he thought would just trying to see what our topics were to make sure we were covering everything, which he did, and saw his picks ahead of time. And I was surprised. I didn't have too many off, but of
Me
course,
neither.
the North I had off, the NFC North specifically. And then I think the NFC West, I want to say I changed up a good amount. Other than that, I think we were fairly close on most of them. I'm also on the clock again right here. I'm looking for depth right now. I do have defense and kicker, but obviously I'm going to wait.
Who's the best players available right now?
Rasheed Rice, Chris Olave, Diggs, Bo Nix, which I have Burrow,
I'd go
Austin
Diggs,
Eckler.
Rasheed Rice.
I'll
Diggs
get
is another
Rice
one.
for
Rasheed Rice will be when he gets back, but he's
yeah.
if you can survive 5 games without him if he's not your starter.
I think I can. Yeah.
I'd definitely do Rice.
Yeah. All right. Rice it is. We like Rice.
We do.
Someone,
And second half of the season is always the most important in fantasy.
right? I just realized too before I picked Ingram, someone picked McCarthy. Some bitches. All right. Let's get into
Not
let's
missing
get
much.
into the NFC North right off the bat. Since I know what yours is, Travis, and I want to cause prolong the drama as much as possible, you go first for the NFC North. What's your order?
All
of
right.
predictions?
Starting with the bottom, we got those cellar dweller Bears going into hibernation mode early, and we have them finishing 4th, and it'll be a lot of the same old from them. Great offseason, made all these great changes, but nothing changes except for the people. The franchise does not. And then we got at number 3, I got the Vikings taking a step back here this year with J.J. McCarthy coming in, new at the helm. I just don't know what to expect out of the young lad. He could be great, though, and they could have a great year because, don't get me wrong, I think the Vikings have a great roster. It's a very, very big question mark, so I'm gonna put them 3rd right now. However, they could make the playoffs, no doubt. I don't have them making it. However, there's potential. Number 2, I have the Scary Lions. And, of course, number 1, then, we have the Green Bay Packers. The reason I have the Lions at number 2, just too much turnover, I feel like, with the offensive and defensive coordinators. A lot to relearn. I know they're probably going to run a lot of the same stuff and have a lot of the same terminology in that, but I just think there's going to be a little bit of there's going to be a lack of gelling there, and there's going to be less cohesion there. They take a step back. They still make the playoffs, but the Green Bay Packers come out this year, make the big move for Micah, or draft Mike Golden. Yep, and they signed a lineman from the Niners, and I think they're ready to go. I think they're ready to compete. I think Micah is going to put them over the top, and I think there's no excuse. It's put up or shut up for this coaching staff and Matt LaFleur. And a lot of people have said that he's on the hot seat. However, I don't agree with that because he's had the best record literally in his first 6 seasons of any coach in history, not counting playoffs. I know he's got to win playoff games. That's the thing with him. So that's what we need from him. But that's my NFC North. How does yours guys shake out?
Winch, what do you got?
Well, whatever Travis just said for like the last 2 minutes is basically exactly what I have on my piece of paper. So you can just rinse and repeat that. I got the Bears finishing last. I couldn't have said it better. The Bears are who we thought they were, right? Like I just feel like it's the same team over and over. I never buy into the drama. I do like Ben Johnson. I think he's going to be a good head coach. I can't buy this team ever. 3, you got the Vikes. I could see the Vikes making the playoffs. I had them starred initially and ended up changing it. I think they got the best offensive line in the division now, though. So I do like that a lot. I like a lot of their moves they made this offseason. Their talent on this team is very strong. I don't know I haven't looked at like strength of schedules yet and stuff, but I think you said.
It's really tough. Yeah, the AFC North is going to be the biggest dogs against the NFC North.
Okay, yeah. So I could easily see all 3 making it again. The Vikings, Lions, and Packers. I very likely could see that. I had the Packers in first in the NFC North before the Micah trade, and I think that obviously just helps reaffirm it. I agree with what Travis said. I just think there's too much change in Detroit. I do think they take a regression. I think Gibbs becomes a bigger playmaker in this offense. Montgomery takes more of a back seat. I think they use J-Mo more than they use Amon-Ra this next year.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Not like, I mean, Amon-Ra's still going to get his 100 catches and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying his usage is going to be, they're going to go downfield more often, I think, in this offense.
And that Tesla kid, that rookie Tesla they got, that kid looks like a next Puka. Like, that kid looks sick.
He does look good.
If you got him in a deep league or something like that, he might be like one guy who just, I don't know his first name, but last name's Tesla. Yeah, Isaac Tesla.
Yeah. I like him a lot.
I like him.
Dude, he's nasty.
I mean, this is going to be a tough division. It's one of the top 2 divisions as I look on my piece of paper. I think this one and the AFC West are the 2 best divisions in football.
Oh, yes. On to me. I'm pretty close to what you guys have, but of course, the homer in me will not put the Vikings third. But I think I got a good argument as to why. But number 4, Bears. Yeah, I think this is one of those where somebody has to be last in this division. And I think time after time after time, like, I think they will be better. They lost games last year because of coaching, and they lost games last year because of bad luck. Like, I think some of that bad luck and that coaching obviously is going to change. They're going to win more games this year. They lost a lot of one-score games last year where they should have won. They should have came out the victor, and their record should have been better than it was. Granted, they still wouldn't have made the playoffs. I think that's going to be how it is this year, but they do win those games still. So they're still probably going to be – they might be 8 wins. We'll see. I think they'll definitely be – you'll see the growth out of that team. Number 3 – the slight regression of the Lions puts them there, and I was really having a hard time between 2 and 3 with the Packers and the Lions, but the Micah trade pushed me over with the Lions. Because last year, going into number 2 then for the Packers, last year I was, like, even as a Vikings fan, extremely disappointed out of the Packers. Like, They almost didn't win a single divisional game all year. They
Correct.
played like 4 backup quarterbacks, I think, throughout the season. They played the Rams when they didn't have Puka or Cooper Cup. Like, they played a lot of weak ass teams, but later in the season, they were whooping the ass out of good teams. So it was like, all right, maybe they're just slow rolling, like normal. Sorry, I got another pick right now. Oh man, let's go, Juwan Jennings. And I like I said, I think it's like they get these puzzle pieces little by little. Like, you look at Zaire McKinney last year, they brought him in, absolute dog, and then they bring Josh Jacobs in, absolute dog, But then you see like Jordan Love, he seemed to take a step back last year. Granted, he had an injury that he was dealing with throughout most of the year. He had wide receivers dropping the ball like fucking crazy, but now he's got a number one guy who shouldn't be dropping the ball. It's fast as shit. So it's like I do see them possibly being number one, most definitely. But that takes me to the Minnesota Vikings and why they are number one. This team won 14 games last year, and they got significantly better. The only question mark is JJ McCarthy, whether or not he can do it. Behind that top offensive line, probably top 3 in the league offensive line, he has time in that pocket. From what I'm taking Tyler Warren. And then defense also got better. That front line got insanely better. You got Jonathan Allen. Then you got Hargraves from San Francisco. They had so much depth on the defensive line that they said, Harrison Phillips, you've been a captain for fucking 5 years now. See ya. Go have fun with the Jets. Like, they knew that they were set there, so they were good. Harrison Smith comes back. Granted, he's older. That corner room, I'm sure they're going to bring in another corner at some point because it's kind of thin. Linebackers are solid. They got a plethora of them with Gink, Grenard, Turner. Like that, the team is too damn good. And you saw last year what they did with Sam Darnold. At this time last year, JJ McCarthy was out for the whole season. We knew that already. And everyone's like, Sam Darnold, they're going to win 5 games. They won 14 fucking around with Sam Darnold. They got that guy the bag in Seattle. Like, that's crazy. So I think what they did was so little last year, being kicked in the ass. I think sky's the limit this year. I really have a hard time believing that they won't be the victor of the NFC North.
That's a good take, Lee.
Thank you.
Good take. I like it.
I'm
There's a
fucking
lot.
fired up.
There's a lot. There's a lot there to be excited for both of your
There is.
teams. So I think that's a fun way to start the season. Because last year, Lee, you were not as optimistic heading into the year.
Hell no.
And Trav, you were overly optimistic, if I remember right.
As always.
Yeah, thinking Love is going to win the MVP, and
I'm pretty sure
down again.
All your picks, other than what I saw today of the newly acquired member, were the exact same. Coach of the year and everything. I was like, you unoriginal bastard.
I love it. We lost you, Trav. Are you there?
Yeah, I don't
I
got
know.
video
Hold
on
on.
you.
Coming back.
All right.
You got
I had to
mad
click
and
something.
just hung up.
I think I auto-picked somebody on this team, by the way. No, I didn't. Okay.
Am I back?
Tyler Warren is my backup.
Yeah.
Yep, you're back.
See you, but there you are.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
All right, you see my. All right. Let's move to the NFC East. I suppose we can just pick who we think is going to be in or out of the playoffs and division winners. So NFC East, I got the Eagles, of course, your Super Bowl champs, taking that repeat. I have the Commies circled as a fringe wild card team this year. They're one of those teams that I think benefited from luck rather than the bad luck like the Bears had last year. Literally, they played each other and won on a tip against the Bears. So it's like there was a lot of luck there. However, I give them the edge because of how well they played in the playoffs. Like Jaden Daniels did win games and looked really good out there. So I don't want to say he's necessarily going to regress, but I just don't think they're going to have the same level of success like they did. They definitely have a harder schedule this year than they did last year as well. What do you guys got for NFC East?
For the NFC East, for me, it's the same. I got the Eagles and the Redskins coming out of the NFC East, making the playoffs. I do have the Redskins or Commanders, whatever their name is, sneaking into the playoffs at the end there. I do think Jaden Daniels is the real deal. there might be a little bit of a regression. I don't think it'll be like the CJ Stroud regression though. And I think they'll compete. I'm a little worried about them. I'm a little worried about them that they have to play us week 2, and that's going to be the whiteout game for us. We're going to play them right away, see what they got. But Eagles winning the division, Redskins following right behind, Cowboys finishing 4th.
Yeah, I think we all got Eagles winning division, and they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL again this year. I got the Commies taking a couple game regression as well. I do have them sneaking in as the last wild card. Dallas, I got 3rd. I think they're going to be the Bengals of last year, just trying to shoot everyone out now in their games, in their style. And then Giants, I just can't trust other than Malik Neighbors. So I got them in the basement.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I was mixed bag on Giants Cowboys, what direction I want to take with them. I'm like, is their defense really going to be that bad where, like you said, they're going to have to just score every time they get the ball kind of thing? Or the Giants could just be one of those slow teams like they used to.
Methodical, yeah.
Yeah, just like we
With
just had
Scatterboot, maybe.
clock. Yeah, exactly. And it's like maybe Russell Wilson can do something. If not, throw Dart in there at some point. Let him, fuck around with Neighbors and Tyrone
Yeah.
Tracy, Scatterboot. Like it's getting better. It's going to be a
It is.
slow ass run for them. But like you said, yeah, it's getting better. NFC South. I took the Bucks winning that division. I think you guys did as well.
Yep.
No one else in that division, I think, is going to make the playoffs, especially not Panthers. Too many growing pains there, of course. Saints are just, I don't know, like
Hoping
what?
for Arch.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if you want to after week 1, but maybe you do. And then, yeah, Falcons, I just don't really trust them quite yet. I think it's just going to be a ground and pound game for them this year.
Pretty much spot on there. Don't have
Yeah.
too much of a difference. I do think the Falcons will make a couple game improvement. I think Penix is going to have a good year.
Yeah.
But they're just too young. They got a lot of holes yet.
Totally agree. I got the Bucks, and then the Falcons finishing second. I think the Bucks are actually going to be really good.
Yeah.
I do too.
They're
I got the
deep
Saints
at wide receiver now.
going forward, like you said, number 1 pick.
That takes us to NFC West. Shit, I got to pick again. Let's see.
NFC West is one of those hard ones to pick. There's 3 teams I could see winning it.
I don't like any of these people on here. I'm just taking wide receivers as my bench. I don't have no running backs on my bench. Yeah, so I took the Niners winning it. I think they're going to bounce back. I think last year it was just like injury on injury on injury. It was just digging them in the dirt, but they have the same foundation. Like they're still a good, solid team, good leader. And I think they can make it work to get back there. Rams, fringe playoff team, wild card spot. I think they'll be there. They're just always good enough. They just had that slow start last year when they had those 2 hurt guys. Cardinals, I also think could make a leap this year. I did say this last year as well, where I thought the Cardinals would be a sneaky playoff team, and they seem to show signs later in the season last year. Kyler was like looking pretty damn good towards the end of the year, so I do think they're a possibility. Seahawks, I think you're going to be trash with Darnold. I think he's going to look like an old Darnold self. I think it's going to be a rough week going there. You're going to be like, oh, where's Gino?
I got pretty much the same, except for flip around the Seahawks and the Cardinals. I got the Rams taking it, Niners finishing second, making the playoffs as a wild card, and then Seahawks Cardinals are going to battle it out for 3rd and 4th, which I think they'll be like 7 and 10-ish, 8 and 9. They're not terrible, but they're just they're going to be waffling around 500 the whole time.
Yeah, I got the 49ers winning it, similar to you, Lee. I think this is their bounce back year. Dark horse MVP candidate is Brock Purdy in my mind. I do think he's going to have a very big year this year. CMC is going to stay healthy, and they'll look a lot different. Rams, I'm worried about Stafford's health a little bit with his back injury he's dealing with, but sounds like he'll be fine. But he is pretty old, and they don't really have any other options there. With Jimmy G, I think is the backup still. That makes me a little nervous. I got Cardinals third, Seattle fourth. Similar to what you said, Trav, I could see that flipping either way. I think they were going to be within one game of each other, and the top two are making the playoffs.
That takes us to the AFC North here.
So do we have any discrepancies in playoff teams besides the Vikings? Is that the only one?
Yeah,
Right,
I mentioned some fringe teams, so I guess that's kind of like maybe in, maybe out. I didn't have a real definite answer on some of those, but I think for the most part, I think we're probably the same.
Yeah.
I think I had the Cardinals possibly sneaking in there. I don't remember you
I
guys
have
saying.
And I don't think I picked any new ones. No new ones.
I have the Niners.
Besides Niners, I guess.
They didn't make the playoffs, right?
No.
Niners didn't.
No,
That's the only new one I got.
Yeah. So that takes us to the AFC North here. Ravens, I think, locked to win that division. For the most part, they just looked too damn good last year, and like they always do in the draft, they just get these dogs over and over and over again. So I think they just got better for the most part. And the Bengals, I think, of course, they missed it by one game last year, and their defense was just atrocious. So I think the Bengals are gonna make it for sure. I think they're like one of the locked. It's gonna be like almost like a Lions Vikings of last year, where it was like these guys could be the number one, but they're just fighting the Ravens in their own division kind of thing. So they're gonna get that wild card spot.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm all in agreement here with the Ravens number one. I got the Bengals getting a wild card. Then we got Steelers and the Browns following it out. Browns, I don't know. They're a mess. I just don't know. Joe Flacco could do something. I don't know. I think what's it called is actually kind of a good coach. Stefanski.
Yeah, I think he is. He's just
clown show there.
He's just given the rawest deal at quarterback you could possibly imagine there. But Flacco played well when he was there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Last
Now
year
he's
was
like,
rough. Yeah, so it's like you probably won't have the same luck as you did 2 years ago there, pal. But I hope you do. I really thought that their tight end Njoku. I was like, dude, as long as Deshaun Watson's not there, he'll probably be a top 3 tight end or something like that, just because he is so damn good. And I trade him away for Kittle because I was like, I just need a lock though. I need a lock. I need someone who's for sure gonna be great, But yeah, it's interesting over there.
I got the same thing, so nothing really to repeat there.
Ravens, what are your thoughts on?
Ravens and Eagles have the two best rosters, in my opinion.
Sure. What are your thoughts on like Rodgers Steelers? You think they could be 2 games better than they were last year?
I think they'll be worse.
You think it'll be worse, yeah.
They'll be the 9-8.
Yeah.
9-8.
I think they go 6.
I circled them as a fringe wild card, but 9 ain't gonna cut it. So, and that's probably spot on.
I don't know. I just feel like he's done.
I think so.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him slightly. I'm actually like more so than when he was with the Jets. I don't know. I feel like, come on, go out on a big bang here. Make the playoff.
Especially when he called it, when he's like, this, it would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that takes us to the AFC East here. Of course, the Bills. I think they're like the runaway in this division here. Patriots with Mike Vrabel at the helm, I think are gonna look pretty good. I think they're gonna look pretty good at times. It might be a slow roll, just getting used to all the big changes and everything in there at the beginning of the year. But I think that I am as a fringe playoff team, the Patriots. Let's see.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I think they're the most improved team next year. I had Vrabel written down as my coach of the year.
Coach of the year?
I do think he has that opportunity. I crossed him out and changed it, which I'll get to in a minute here. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I do think they're going to be close to making the playoffs. Bills are runaway division winners. Miami, I think, looks like more like Miami of 2 years ago, but still not good enough to win. or make the playoffs. And the Jets, I expect to be an absolute dumpster fire as usual.
Yeah, pretty much the same analysis I got here. Bills run away with it. Patriots fringe, maybe playoff. They're going to be like 8-9, 9-8, something like that. I got the Dolphins third. This is where it could go off the rails, though. I think the Dolphins could be really bad. I think that if one thing goes wrong, it's going to snowball, and they're just not going to be good.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that is actually going to happen. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be good. They have good players, but it's just they're so
something missing.
So yeah, there's just I don't know.
I mean, if Tua can be healthy for a full season, maybe they do something, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's yet to show that in the last few years.
I think Jalen Waddle's going to be a better player than Tyreek Hill this year. I think he's going to have a better fantasy wise. I think I would go Waddle over that, but that's just me.
I passed up on Waddle. All right, let's go to AFC South here. The Texans, I think they have to win that. This is another one of those
just a shitty division.
Yeah, this is brutal. Texans, and then it's next I have the Jags there, but I'm not even excited about that. I don't know. Travis Hunter is going to be the only reason people are tuning in, even though BTJ is a dog. Yeah, he's awesome. He's incredible. And Goldilocks, who's
your favorite.
It's God, dude. That is just. When is it time to move on from Trevor Lawrence?
Right says.
Did he get his extension last year or the year before? Last year.
It was the same time as Love got his. He got his before Love. They're like, well, Trevor Lawrence sucks, so he needs it too.
Yeah. I got Texans winning. Bounce back. Stroud looks closer to year one. He's not going to be as good as year one, but I think he'll put up very good numbers. I got my surprise is the Titans. I got them at 2. I think Cam goes in there and helps change that culture pretty quickly. They have a talented roster. Their offensive line makes me nervous a little bit, but they've changed basically all 5 positions there. I like Calvin Ridley to have a really big year and kind of look like he was when he was in Atlanta. He's older, but he hasn't played as much football, obviously. So I do think he's got some years left there. Defense will be good. I just can't trust the Jags, and that's Lawrence. I've given up on him. Colts obviously last. I think they're fighting the Saints for the fucking first pick.
Yeah, that's a terrible situation there.
I got the Texans number 1 and followed by the Jags, Colts, Titans. Texans, I'm looking for Nico Collins to have a huge year. I drafted him in my league last night. I'm just saying I think he's going to have a huge year. Health pending. If he stays healthy, he's going to be the wide receiver 3 or better.
I would agree. Yeah. I think him, CD, Justin, and Chase all have a chance at it.
Agreed. And then I'm really excited to see the Titans and how they look with Cam Ward. So I think Cam Ward could be one of those players where he comes in and just changes the culture instantly just because of him.
I think he already has, based on what I'm hearing. And that makes me excited and proud of him. I love it. He just shows up and works and leads by example and gets people in the film room at 5 a.m. and stays there until 9 o'clock at night and just wants to play ball.
Loves ball.
Yeah. It's I wish there's more people like that, especially in a quarterback position. And I was watching some of the games this weekend. You got guys. Who is it? I think it's a receiver. No, it's Nick Harper, who's going to be a dog. He's a receiver for South Carolina. Super fast, tall, great. He'll be a great talent. He's wearing literally 2 Rolex watches in the middle of the game. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What? That is the complete opposite. Can he be more of a diva?
Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah. So that takes us to the AFC West here: Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. That's who I have in that order. Chargers gonna make the playoffs here. I think they're like the lock wild card team for me. Broncos and Bengals were like that. Whoever won that game last year at the end of the year was gonna make the playoffs. I have the Bengals making it for sure. Broncos, I think they're gonna be close. You know, they're gonna be fighting for that tough wild card spot. I think is where it's gonna be. It's not because they're not good enough kind of thing. It's just I think the competition at the top of the AFC is strong.
Yeah, I have it the exact same way. Agreed with whatever everything you just said. Chargers could take the division though. Look out, they could. I still have the Chiefs, so you know that. But they could. I wouldn't be surprised, and they're
Yeah, if
coming.
their running back is Hampton, if like he's a dog, which I'm hoping he is, just because there's a soft side of me for the Chargers. I've always kind of had a soft spot for them, so I hope they finally just I don't know round out a little more.
I got 3 of them going to the playoffs too. I got Broncos in.
Oh, you got them in? All right. Very
Yeah,
cool.
this is my surprise. I actually took the Broncos to win the division, and I think Sean Payton is the head coach of the year this year. I really like this roster. I think they have the best defense in football, and love some of their picks that they made this year. My only question mark is just receiver. You know, they got Sutton, but that's about it. So that makes me a little nervous, but I think Bo Nix is a hell of a player. And I think he takes a big jump this next year. They got JK, they got RJ Harvey in the backfield. I like them. I think they're tough, they're physical, they're going to be in every game. Their offensive line is fantastic. Chargers' offensive line is also great, but they did have I think their left tackle Slater he's out for the year now, which means probably Alt gets switched to left tackle, which then I don't know who the right tackle is. So that makes me a little nervous, but I like Hampton a lot. I think that was a great pick for them. All 3 make the playoffs. I'm in agreement there. It's just in what order. I just think this is the year that the Chiefs finally don't win the division, whether that's the Chargers or the Broncos. One of them, to me, comes out on top. And then Chiefs obviously will still be there. They'll be a playoff team and a tough out as always.
I always say Super Bowl hangover. If they get blown out, there's always a Super Bowl hangover. We'll see.
Yeah, and we talked about that last year, right? They weren't the same Chiefs. They got there, but
we can be the same team and still make the fucking Super Bowl every fucking year.
Yeah.
God.
Is this Kelsey's last year? Has he said that?
He hasn't said that, no, but
I don't think he said it. Yeah.
That's why he's Swift. They're going to go off in the sunset after this year.
That's why I think so too. Guys, I'm 2 picks. Never mind. Judkins just got picked. I was going to pick him with my last pick. Son of a bitch. God.
He's a good flyer.
That was going to be so perfect. And damn it. I don't know who the hell I'm going to pick now.
Well, while you're discussing that, I'm going to give you my playoff preview here, my Super Bowl. I have the Packers beating the Rams in the NFC Championship game, and I have the Ravens beating the Bills in the AFC Championship game, and I have the Packers defeating the Ravens 24-20 in the Super Bowl. My award winners this year, Jordan Love, MVP. Defensive Player of the Year, I have Micah Parsons. Coach of the Year, Matt LaFleur, of course. Now, if it's not a homer one, MVP, I'll say Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year, Vrabel. And Defensive Player of the Year, I'm still going to go Micah.
Yeah, your non-homer version is very similar to mine. I got Burrow as the MVP. I think he is just a sick year. Offensive Player of the Year, I don't know if he said that one. I didn't. I got Jameer winning that one. As I said earlier, I think Jameer gets more of a feature role with Ben Johnson not there anymore. I love Jameer. Been a big fan since it came out. And then Micah, I think Micah is Defensive Player of the Year this year. I think he goes in there trying to prove a point, and gets 20 sacks. That kind of. I would not be surprised. I think that's where he's going to kind of end the year. And then Sean Payton, I got winning Coach of the Year, as I said earlier. I think he gets the Broncos to win the division. And if he does, he'll get that recognition. Rookies, I got Cam. Got to take my boy, offensive rookie of the year. And then Abdul Carter out of the Giants. I really like him. I think he's going to be an explosive pass rush combination there. He's kind of reminds me of Minka, and obviously went to the same school. He's a freak of an athlete, so we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I had Hampton as my rookie of the year on the offense, and then I had Abdul Carter as well on defensive side.
And then Super Bowl, I didn't say that yet. I got Eagles going back to the Super Bowl and losing to the Buffalo Circle the Wagon Bills. I think this is the year they finally do it. So it's either Ravens or Bills that I feel like are going to make the jump this year. And I just can't trust Lamar in playoffs yet. So we'll see what happens. But I would love for the Buffalo Bills. They're one of those teams I just root for to be able to actually win a Super Bowl. And Eagles.
I mean, get in last year. Mark Andrews doesn't fumble and drop a pass.
Exactly. Right? That's kind of the Ravens' luck, though. They always seem to find a way to lose it. Buffalo's like that though too. So, but I think one of them gets over the hump this year and wins the Super Bowl.
Did you make a Super Bowl pick, Trav?
Yeah, Packers. I said Packers over Ravens.
Packers over Ravens. I didn't even, for some reason, think about making that. So I'm gonna have to put some X's and O's together here quick. MVP, I have Joe Burrow. I think this is my third year in a row picking Joe Burrow as my
last year I was right. Last year I was actually right for once. Josh Allen.
I feel like I should have. If he made the playoffs, I think he would have fucking got it. Defensive Player of the Year, I got somebody who I think is just going to be on the field a lot, and that's Max Crosby. I think
I thought about that too.
Is just going to be a dog this year where he really shows out. Offensive Player of the Year, I got Bijan Robinson. He's just going to be the workhorse there. I think he's going to be utilized a lot more, probably to his absolute peak here in Atlanta. Coach of the Year, I had Vrabes. I think, when you just look at the odds and how Coach of the Year works, it's who had the lowest wins the year prior, and who grew the most, basically. So I think that's going to be a lock for Vrabes. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I went Genty just because I think he's going to be the workhorse there too. I think he's just going to get a shit ton there. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Johnson. I think he's going to stand out. I think he's going to be one of those where you're like, God damn it, we really let him slip in the draft just because of that lingering injury issue. But I
like that.
The dog. And that takes us to Super Bowl preview here, and as much as I don't want to say it, I think the Eagles do go back. They're just too fucking good. Like top to bottom, that team has like a top player for every position. It seems like at all times. Every year, it seems like it's like, oh, you can afford to get rid of your two starting corners because you drafted two corners that are fucking dogs. It's like, what the
that are better than them.
They have a one.
Yeah, and
like,
what? A white one. Like you.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that was like a fairy tale or something to see a white corner again.
He's probably a top 10 corner. I mean, he's a beast.
DeJean's the man.
His Pro Football Focus score is like off the charts.
Jason Seaborn Jr.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna play the Ravens. Yeah, I think this might be finally the time that Lamar can get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they win. Still, I think those are what you said before, Winch. These are like the two best rosters, right? Well, you said Ravens and Eagles. Yeah, I think you just look at them top to bottom. They're deep. So even if injuries come along like they always do, I think both of these teams can persevere and get to the big one. Let's see here. Trav, I saw that you had biggest question mark for the Packers. Did you want to dig into that deeper?
Yeah, I can talk about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Biggest question mark for the Packers is Jordan Love going to make that next step and be that $55 million quarterback? That is obviously the biggest number one question. In my personal opinion, I think he can do it. It's just I worry that with his injury to his thumb now, we're not going to be under center again. And we're going to be doing this shotgun shit, and we're not going to be doing the play action, and it's going to be the same type of meh again. And I'm worried about that. And I want him to be under center. I want him to do more play action, more bootlegs, and I want them to be able to expose the defense over the middle with Kraft coming over on a drag route a lot. I think that they can do that, and I just don't see why they haven't been doing that. Other than that, he was injured. But now that he's injured with the thumb, like I said, the whole taking snaps under center is going to be a question mark. And then Jaden Reed with his Jones fracture, they're saying it could be all year that he's going to be feeling this, that if he doesn't get surgery, it's going to be there, and that it requires surgery. So he's going to try to play with it. We're going to see how it goes. And, I'm not sure. And hopefully Golden can step up and be the golden man and be the number one right away, because I've been hearing good things at training camp, and I'm expecting him to step in and for them to use him right away. I don't care that he's a fucking rookie. I'm sick of also hearing this is the youngest team in the league. I know every single year we are, and then we trade guys that are older, and then we still get even a younger guy that's 26, like Micah Parsons, to even add to our youngness. I don't care. There's no excuses. You have to get it done. You have to win a couple playoff games, Matt LaFleur. Otherwise, this is a bust of a season. And those are my biggest things for this year.
Oddly enough, I have somewhat similar for the Vikings when it comes to them. Unproven quarterback, though, where we've seen nothing in J.J. McCarthy. It's, can he do it? Is he the guy? This is probably the best team you could ever possibly have around you to ask for in your entire career, most likely, because once you get paid, you'll never get a team like this again. So it's kind of like in this rookie deal, you gotta put up or shut up, or we're probably gonna get someone else at some point. So that's the biggest question mark, obviously. Justin Jefferson has a underlying hamstring issue that they said is probably a long-term issue that I read today about. So I don't know the severity of that. He's still going to play week 1. So it seems like it's playable, but wouldn't be surprised if that gets tweaked at some random point in the season and then he's out for a few games like he was a couple years ago. So Addison being injured, Jalen Naylor's hand was injured, but he should still play. That's why they went and got Thielen. Oddly enough, Thielen's probably like the number 2 guy that J.J. McCarthy has a connection with, because most of the offseason they were working out together. So it was nice that they already have like an established chemistry right there. And defense-wise, I think corners I'm still kind of worried about. They did improve at corner, but they're still thin at corner, I would say. So that's one question that is yet to be answered. We'll see. Monday night against the Bears is going to be interesting. I hate having week 1 on a Monday for my team. I tell you that. To wait the absolute longest that you could for your own team to play is frustrating as all hell. Like, granted, I get Thursday. That's usually for Super Bowl champs and blah, blah, blah. But even Sunday noon, I couldn't just have Sunday noon to myself to enjoy the day kind of thing. I don't know. So kind of sucks. I got to wait till Monday. But anything else?
Just found out where I'll be in my fantasy draft here coming up in a minute, and I'm 9th. And guess what I was yesterday? 9th. So I'm going to have the same fucking team. Unfucking believable.
Oh man. Unless you got anything else to touch on, you guys want to pick a few games for the pick'ems here for week 1? You guys have that ready?
Sure.
We got Cowboys at Philly against the Eagles right away off the bat. You think this is just going to be a stomping over the Cowboys right away? Because I feel like it's just got to be. I think they're going to get just destroyed. To put a score on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles by a mile. I want to say like 34-13, maybe. Like, it's going to be a
ever pick for you out there. Maybe.
What do you got, Winch?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up Yahoo here.
Yeah, you're good.
I got the Eagles, but score-wise, I'd say two touchdowns and a field. So maybe it's 17-point spread. What's the spread on it?
Remember, all they're going to be ugly as well.
Yeah, 31-17, 31-14.
Football.
Yeah, just a big ass kicking. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize there was a Friday game. Oh man.
Yep.
Really?
Kansas.
Yeah, might as well talk about that standalone. I did not realize that. Yeah, Kansas City at San Diego against the Chargers. Damn. I did not realize this isn't like
It's a Sal Pal.
yeah, that's what it okay. All right. I was gonna say this seems like all right,
That would
so
be
it's
a good
neutral
game.
territory. Yeah. It's always a
Feels
good
good.
game with these two teams too. And I almost want to go with Travis's mindset or sorry, Winch's mindset where it's like the Chargers make a statement early or something. This would be a good one. I think just the safety net in me is going to pick the Chiefs for right now, but I'm probably going to have it more like 24-20. I'm probably going to go like I think it's going to be a one-score game regardless who is the victor.
I got the Chargers winning this game. The hangover effect will be real for this first game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Going to Brazil and all that, or wherever the frick it is. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers.
Yep, I like the Chargers to win this one, 27-20 type of game. I just think they control the game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's raining, like one of those type of wet, sloppy fests, and they come out on top.
Stop it.
What's another game we could pick here right away? There's a lot of really bad matchups.
Yeah, there are.
Holy crap! I would jump to Lions at Packers. That's probably the next game that's worthy to talk about. Dude, it's tough. I really think like Lions and Packers are going to be very much along the same lines, record wise this year, and maybe just this first one, I'll give the Lions the edge here. I think once again, I think it's going to be another close game for sure. Probably a one-score game. We'll go 20. Yeah, I'll go 24-21 Lions. Last second field goal or something.
I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be high on emotion, confident going in. They're coming out blazing. They want to kick their ass. The Lions have beat us in our home like 3 years in a row after losing like 50 years in a row. And I'm not even exaggerating. Okay, maybe a little. It's like 27 or 25, whatever it was. But yeah, we're going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Come out, make a statement right away with Micah Parsons. They're going to win the game 27-20.
I like the Packers to win this one because it's at home. And the Lions are changing out coordinators on both sides, so I think there's a little bit of figuring that out in game one. I think the Packers win 27-24. Close game.
Winch on the Green Bay bandwagon. Oh, my God.
Just for this one.
Yeah. The Sunday night game, Baltimore Ravens go into it's not New Era.
Real good game.
The Buffalo Bills home. Bills got to win this one. I think just being at home, Josh Allen MVP. Also, I think I might have touched something. Okay. Also, his engagement, right? He's engaged. He's not married, right? Or
Correct.
maybe.
You got
Did he get married? Josh Allen?
got
Yeah.
married.
He did get married?
married.
Okay. Yeah, to Haley Steinfeld, whatever the hell her name is. But yeah, I think everything's feeling good in Buffalo right now, and I think that gets rolling there. It's going to be a high-scoring, fun game, though, I think. I'm going to pick, let's go 31-28 Bills.
Whoever was at home for this game, I was going to pick. Buffalo's at home. Yep. That's literally the deciding factor. I think they're both neck and neck. They're both the same team. Give me the home team, Buffalo, 30-27.
I like that score and pick. I'll do the same. I think Buffalo starts the season quick every year. Ravens are obviously a very talented team, as I said before, but I just think Josh Allen has that special effect in that stadium.
And that takes us to our Monday night game. The Minnesota Vikings go into Chicago, Soldier Field against the Bears. Monsters in the Midway, not so much anymore. So this is, I think, gonna be the learning game for Caleb and that system. I think they're gonna come out trying to do some trick plays. Oh, look what we got, kind of thing, and it's gonna be poorly executed, big time. I think they're gonna look ugly just because they're gonna get a little high for their britches. I would say a little too confident, and I think the Vikings front on both sides of the ball are gonna dominate that game. Even though the Bears got better on offensive line, defensive line not so much. So I think the Vikings are better in pretty much every single way for this battle. So I'm going to take the Vikings here, 28-17 over the Bears.
I'm taking an upset here, folks. Upset alert. I am taking the Chicago Bears to win at home in their home opener.
What the fuck?
To start off the new era in style. Everybody's gonna get so high and be like, "This is the greatest team of all time, dude! Oh my god, I don't know why," and then lose 4 in a row. That's what's gonna happen.
Man.
I do like that. I think that's a good prediction. I can see that they happening. If the pundits aren't already high enough on the Bears, they walk out of there with a head that can't fit through the stadium. But no, I like the Vikes to get the dub. I think J.J. McCarthy shows out a little bit in his first game. I like the 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, 250, something like that. Be a great start for him.
Jordan Mason with like a 15-yard touchdown.
Prop bets, folks. Take the prop bets with J.J. McCarthy.
I agree. I mean, I think he looked great in the preseason. I know it's a preseason, but I think he's in sync with his crew. I know there's a lot of changes with that group, but they're so talented. I just feel like he's going to make the plays. I don't trust the Bears. So, yeah, I like the Vikes to get the W, and I'll go with 28-20.
I'll take that happily. All right. Well, unless we have anything else to touch on, that might wrap it up for us. Like I said at the top of the show, super excited for this season. I think I don't know, sky's kind of the limit. I think everybody in this division is probably riding pretty damn high. I think the only one who's probably not might be the Lions, just because they've only, slightly, they lost those coordinators, so they're like, we're probably not the same team as we used to. But Packers are riding sky high. Vikings are sky high. Bears are like as high as they could be, really, So it's like it's going to be a battle this year, and I'm excited for it. I'm all for it. Crazy that we get the divisional game week 1. That's going to be fun. It's going to get
absolutely.
I don't see any change in the best division in football, and it's going to be a doozy. And the Packers just improve on that 1-5 start, or 1-5 record against the division, that start.
Yeah.
I'm just glad football's back, baby. It's fun. I can't wait for a Saturday and Sunday where I can just sit there and watch games all day.
Hell yeah. Yep. This opening weekend's always a blast. Usually like to have 2 TVs up for opening weekend so I can watch as many games as possible. Red Zone usually on one, and then I pick another one and just watch the whole time. So can't wait. And hopefully you guys will join us for the next episode as we'll wrap up week 1 and bring up our picks for week 2. And we'll get into the news of everything, any updates on the season. Remember to like, follow, rate, and review, share. Stress that one the most. Share if you care. And we will see you next week.
Peace.
Here it is.
Let's go, Kane.